collected, charismatic, and a terrific leader at a young age. Underneath those brilliant qualities is an ambitious woman who seeks power at any cost. Even her most loyal subordinate's death will do nothing to slow her down. Haman Karn makes her first appearance in the sequel, Zeta Gundam, and becomes the main antagonist in Double Zeta Gundam. Haman made quite the impact to me the first time I saw her. Her pink fluffed up hair, her piercing eyes, her dark clothing, and a cape that I somehow did not question back then, which is even more weird because this seems to be her casual clothing, not a uniform. And of course, her very mature voice, which is also unusual because she was just 20 years old and by Double Zeta she was 21, I think, or 22. Haman Karn is probably one of the most memorable female characters out of the Gundam franchise. Her looks and voice sure left an impression on me. All in all, she's a bad bitch. Watching Zeta Gundam for the first time, I didn't really understand why I was drawn into her. She can be very despicable and sometimes just outright evil. But nowadays, I understand now. Nowadays, everyone just loves a good villain. Especially when they're hot. Yeah, when they're hot. Tell me I'm wrong. Since she's a Gundam character, she also pilots her very own mecha. She's known to pilot the Cubile, a white mobile suit that I don't really know what it's supposed to be. It almost seemed insect-like with its shoulders and head, but its arms and legs, to me, depict a loose, formal garment, and somehow it just fits Haman Karn. But enough about the mobile suit. We're here to talk about the best Gundam girl, Haman Karn. As with every franchise, she does have a number of merchandise. There's figures, of course, a couple of shirts. Now, I only have one Haman figure, and it's this small one where she's in her pilot suit. Fun fact, Haman Karn hated wearing pilot suits. That's why she would always deploy in her normal clothes. At least until she starts leading Neo Zeon to inspire troops. Guess she got that from this guy. Alright, let me go try to find a better figure of Haman Karn. Okay, these aren't in stock. Let me find something that is available. Okay, I don't think that's the normal price. Where can I find a decent Haman Karn figure? Oh my god. Of course. This here is the 1/6 Yiya Studio Haman Karn doll. Yes, this is not an action figure. This is actually a doll that you dress up and customize. Is this really a good third-party figure of Haman Karn? Only one way to find out. It's finally here, and it's two firsts for me today. One is that this came in a tube for packaging. This reminds me of one of those graduation things they hand out in anime. It says Haman Karn right there in the middle, and on the side is the shoulder of the Cubile. Under the name says Yiya 3, so this is probably their third doll already. On the back is the studio's logo that says Yiya Station. I thought it was Yiya Studio. And a pair of tits. Okay, great logo. Opening it up, the first thing you see is a card with an art of Haman herself. And on the other side is a QR code. I tried scanning it, but it's stuck on the screen, infinitely loading. You can scan it for yourself if you want to check it out. There's also a note telling you to use a hairdryer or a heat gun so the hands could fit onto the socket since they are loose from the start. Now out of the box, here is everything you get. You get a couple of hands, a pair of feet, and 3 heads. You have a normal face, a glaring face, and a Aigo face? Now the logo makes sense. Aside from the normal open hands, she has holding hands and gun holding hands. Other than that, she comes with no accessories. I'm guessing that's a standard for dolls like this. Now putting on the feet is easy enough. Take off the boots, make sure the ball joint doesn't come off with the boots, and if they do, just take them off the boots and attach them to the ankles again, and then attach the feet. And there you go. Any Haman foot fetishist out there? And it doesn't look too bad. Although up close, you can see the not so clean ends of the plastic, easily fixable with a bit of sanding though. Articulation wise, Haman has a decent range. Her head is on a solid piece of plastic that holds the head, and that piece is connected to a double-ended ball joint, so can spin around, turn her head this way, and she can look down this much. Her body is also multi-jointed, allowing her to do a decent ab crunch. She can raise her arms this far enough, although I think it's limited due to her tight clothing. Her elbows are double jointed, allowing for a very nice bend. As for her legs, she can do a split just as easily. She can kick about this high, and her knees are also double jointed, allowing her to do decent kneeling poses. Interestingly enough, she can actually stand on her own, provided you pose her feet right, since she's wearing heeled boots. Still, I would recommend you to use a stand with her because of her boots, as I mentioned earlier. Out of the box, she actually already looks pretty great, provided you don't look at her neck too much. It's probably why they added a scarf, even though she never had one before. As for her clothes, they're pretty decent, but not accurate. For starters, they gave her gloved hands when she never wore gloves in the show. Her boots, made with fake leather, which actually looks pretty great, she never wore them. If we have to make her accurate, we'll probably have to give her leggings and new shoes. So I bought the leggings. They were only $2. Let's put them on. Also, why did they give her sumo undies? Like for real, what the heck is this? I just pop off the boots and then put on the leggings through the legs. They're stretchy, like real leggings, so I just keep pulling them up and then put back on the boots. So, yep, there you have it. It looks great. A much more safer work looking Haman, and somehow more accurate, but not quite. I couldn't find boots that match for now, so I'll just settle for this. I suppose the advantage of dolls over action figures is the means of changing their clothing to suit accuracy, or for fun. Speaking of fun, I found this at a store for $2 as well. Now this says it's made for a specific doll, but hey, you can't tell me what to do with tiny clothes. I won't be using the socks and shoes since they are too tiny, so let's put it on her. Undressing her, I found the perfect time to use the ahegao head, and like I said before, the neck of the doll doesn't look quite natural without covering it up with her scarf. This can probably look good if you have the right angle for your photos or videos, but that's enough degeneracy. Putting on the outfit was a bit tough because it wasn't made for her body type. I can barely close the dress from behind, but here she is in a cute maid outfit. Despite it not fitting perfectly, Haman looks pretty good. For size comparisons, here she is next to my previous tallest figure, a statue of Batman Beyond, a high-grade Zaku. She's so tall she can carry the Zaku like a huge toy for her, a Sovix Kamen Rider statue, a high-grade Evangelion, and of course the high-grade Cubile. All in all, this is a great figure, doll to have. If you're a Haman Karn fan, this is definitely a great addition to your collection. Posing her next to a Cubile looks great and would probably be better if you have the Master Grade. Since she's a literal doll, there's always the possibility to fit her with any outfits from the show, provided you know how to make them, or you know someone who can make them for you, or maybe just dress her the way you want. I can see the potentials of dolls now. Definitely. She only costed around $50 or 3,000 pesos. which is kinda insane because she's over 30 centimeters tall or 12 inches, making her taller than some of the master grades. I'll leave a link below in the description if you want to get her for yourself. I get nothing for that link, so if you want to support me, do check me out on Twitch for live streams, or you can just easily support me by liking and subscribing. What else can I say? Haman looks good in this doll form. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. This has been Rono Cadenza, and I'll see you on the next video.